It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
How about this, Cowboys?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellence.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
That's Rudy. I'm Rob. Easy's pushing the buttons. Clarence Hill is here.
Think so.
Clarence, you here?
Of course.
Good morning, sir, man. How are you this morning?
You guys got to be hyped with that intro. I like that, man.
Yeah, man.
Wake people up, man. Get people excited. I'm here, man.
What's up, man? How's the weekend? How was the Cowboys? How'd they look in person? I'm not watching their TV. I ain't watching it up close and personal like you.
I mean, 70-10, they outscored their opponents the first 2 weeks. Who looked better than the Cowboys the first 2 weeks? Of the
you know
season?
what?
And
Thank you, Clarence. I'm
don't
sending
start.
the
So
gift is in the mail.
we just argued about this, screaming and yelling at each other. I don't think anybody could hear. Like,
why you arguing?
Because you really saying that right now you got them. If you're doing your power rankings, we just do 2 weeks, not last year, like Rob said, just 2
Right
weeks
now.
in, you got them better than their boogeyman, San Francisco.
I said no one's played better. No one's.
You're
been
not
better
running for
on the
office,
field.
Clarence. You can be straightforward.
No, he's
I mean,
answering.
I don't understand what's the debate. No one's had two more impressive wins.
Thank you.
Than the Cowboys the first 2 weeks of the season. What's debatable about that? What's up for debate? Seriously,
Clarence,
what's up for debate?
Clarence, you've
70-10.
been watching football too long. Your eye test does not show you. Forget the score. Your eye does not show you that they're better than San Francisco. What they did to Pittsburgh and then a tough Rams team. Come on now.
Oh, now the Rams are tough. Oh, now the Rams are tough. Wow.
They're better this year, Clarence.
Now Pittsburgh is good. Pittsburgh is good. That offense is good. Have you been
The
watching
quarterback wears
Pittsburgh?
gloves.
Did you watch Pittsburgh last night?
Clarence,
Stop it.
the Cowboys kicked
Okay.
5. I think Brandon Aubrey's still kicking.
Okay. See. This is this is my problem.
Talk to me.
We're gonna argue here, but you can. I never said they were better than and could beat them on paper.
Okay.
I need some reading and comprehension and listening. I said no one's had two more impressive victories.
Okay.
That's not
That's
debatable.
different. Okay.
That's not debatable. No one's had two more impressive victories than the Cowboys. I never said they were better than the 49ers on paper. That has to be proven, and certainly the 49ers have beaten them last 2 years. All that makes sense, but the Cowboys certainly have a good chance to be 4-0 going to the 49ers game, and we're going to find out.
There it is.
But as of the first 2 weeks of the season, no one's been more impressive on the field from what we've seen than the Cowboys. That's not even debatable. And you say that, and you point out their win over Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And you act like Buffalo did not just. I'm not Buffalo. The Jets did not just beat Buffalo. That Jets defense is damn good, and coming to the season was probably better than Pittsburgh defense. You know, we all excited about Pittsburgh because they beat the Browns and looked horrible, and then Deshaun Watson looked horrible. You know, and they didn't do nothing against San Francisco. But you can't tell me the Pittsburgh defense is better than Buffalo, than the Jets defense. Jets defense is playmakers at every level. And I understand your quibble about the field goals, but they moved about up and down the field against a very good Jets defense with one of the best defensive lines in football. And yeah, it's hard to score in the red zone.
Yes.
But damn it, they have backup offensive line guys up there. You don't have Tyler Smith up there. You didn't have Brandon Cooks. And they walked up and down the field against that team.
Clarence Hill, Fort Worth Star Telegram, right here on San Antonio Sports Star. You get him every week. You know where you need to be. Now, we can obviously 5 field goals. You got to kind of talk about red zone. Now, there was some talk that maybe they took their foot off the gas in the fourth, and they didn't need them. So why go in deep into the playbook when you don't have to? But there is, reason for concern. Is there any kind of behind-the-scenes thought that maybe we need to address a red zone issue that might begin?
Well, I would say this. If on paper, one of the biggest problems, first of all, we talked about this to McCarthy yesterday. The Jets defense is damn good. That defense line, it's hard to score in the red zone. Why they call it the red zone? People bend but don't break. Things are tougher down there, all of that. So let's just, number one, that's not an easy defense to score against, and it won't be easy for other teams, and they will have more success against other teams not named the Jets defense. But yes, you want to score in the red zone. Again, we there were some play calling issues. Mike McCarthy admitted, the reverse was not a good decision. It ran right into the defense. Some different things there. Quentin Williams is damn good. He beat T.J. Bass, like the third string guard, a couple of times for some plays down there. Who was out there? You had Zach Martin out at times. Chuma Odoga, who was starting in place of Tyler Smith, was out with an injury. All that played a role. And what's also true, because I was talking to some other reporters yesterday, the Cowboys don't have a red zone threat. They don't have Zeke, which I would have brought back just for short yard because he scored 12 rushing touchdowns last year. So they don't have a physical back that has a nose for the end zone like that. Although I like Tony Pollard, he runs stronger than a lot of people give him credit for. But they don't have that hammer in the backfield. And they don't have that mismatch on the outside. The Cowboys tight ends are good, they're nice, but they're not mismatches. They're not guys who, you're going to throw the ball up to. And at receiver, the same, we love CeeDee Lamb, but they don't have a Dez Bryant. They don't have a jump ball guy that's a mismatch down there. So everything has to be schemed and perfect and blocked perfect for them to score.
When will they call up the Chiefs or one of these other teams that need a receiver and offer Michael Gallup? And I mean that respectfully. I like Michael, and I was pulling for him, Clarence, to be honest with you.
What's that got to do with the red zone? How does that help him score in the red zone?
You right. Gallup? Because, I mean, let's just roll with Tolbert. He looked better than Gallup did.
No, first of all, they play different positions.
True.
Playing, they play different positions. And, they're going to make a point to try to get Gallup into the game. I don't think Gallup looked bad. They just threw the ball. I mean, how many targets has he had the first 2 weeks?
They ain't had many.
Not like he's out there dropping passes, but, he doesn't have a lot of targets. One thing I know that this is my own opinion.
Okay.
Is that Gallup is a long strider. He's certainly more fit for the offense than Kellen Moore run where you got more vertical routes. This is a quick game. They're getting the ball out quick. They getting out the ball to Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb in the backfield. You look at a lot of Dak's passes are at the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage. I don't know if that's Gallup's game.
Good point.
He's a downfield guy, vertical guy. But they're trying to get the ball out quick, get the ball out of Dak's hands quick, get the ball to different guys so they can make quick moves. That's the screen game. All that's not him. And so I don't know if all that fits. Maybe when teams start coming up to pressure that and take that away, and the Cowboys have to go on top, that's when Gallup gets more involved. But they're going to try to get Gallup more involved. They understand that. But I think that the style of offense they play impacts Gallup's role.
Clarence Hill Jr. right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Catch all of his stuff from Fort Worth Star Telegram. If you're a Cowboy fan, you know where you need to be. We talk about, getting Gallup the ball. Was there a concerted effort to get the tight ends involved, or is that just what the Jets gave them?
No, I mean, I think that they always like their tight ends. I don't know if, I don't know if they got, you go back to last week, the tight ends were involved.
Yeah.
I mean, they just dropped 3-4 passes last week. They didn't drop them this week. But I mean, I think they like their young tight ends. And again, this offense is going to get the ball to them, find ways to get the ball to them. And Dak's, he's going to try to throw to the open guy. I mean, he's going to try to throw to CD first. As we saw, that CD's going to be a big part of this offense and what they do. But he's going to spread the ball around and get the ball to those guys.
Did you tell Todd Archer to leave Dak alone? I thought Dak was going to come down and go upside Todd's head. He wasn't too happy with Todd's questioning the other day, man.
I wrote a column about that. And listen.
Talk to me.
Dak is the ultimate professional. Always been professional, leader, decorum, but he's tired. He's tired of it.
Right.
He should be tired of it, and he's entitled to be tired of it. And I like Todd. It wasn't about Todd.
No, I know.
Todd was asking a legitimate question, but the stuff he's had to deal with since the end of last season over the interceptions, the narrative that to me is just way over the top. From FS1, ESPN, everybody, and Dak has been professional. He answered all those questions in minicamp. He had OTAs, training camp. We've talked about it. And, to bring it up now, he's tired of talking about it,
Good.
especially after the 2 games he's had.
Do we
And
want
so
that from him? I think I want that from him. I want him tired of this.
Clarence, you tougher on your kids than you are on Dak, man. And you a great father. You got a daughter at Rice. You done raised beautiful kids. You harder on them than you are on Dak, Clarence. Come on now.
I'm not being hard. I'm showing you understanding of where he's coming from. And he's right. And I looked it up, and I got the numbers for you, okay? What about the year before? What about the year before that? What about the year before that? The notion, and I've been screaming the roof about this all offseason. The notion that he's some type of reckless quarterback that just always throws interceptions is sensational. It's taking life of their own, and it's patently false. So when the stat was, hey, this is the first time since last year that you've gone 2 games without interception, and it didn't happen last year. But go back to the year before. And go back the year before that. And go back, it happened 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. He went several games without back-to-back interceptions in games. But we act like last year is his DNA, and that's historically not his DNA. That's all I'm saying. It's historically not, and we won't say that truth. We just want to act like last year is who he is, and historically that's not true. That's patently false.
And really, what you broke down for us at training camp, Clarence, was 15 really isn't a lot. When you look back historically,
look at it, Peyton Manning.
Yeah, Eli was doing 26, 27. Nobody cared.
That's all I'm saying. So we go crazy, and one thing that again. No one wants to throw interceptions. Dak doesn't want to throw interceptions. They know Mike McCarthy. They're addressing that. Certainly, they're addressing it with how they run offense, the understanding on offense, being on the same page. Receivers been on the same page. Certainly, a lot of interceptions weren't his fault. Some were his fault. They want to address it. But again, my thing and Dak's thing and most of the Cowboys thing and anybody understands it is that we made a bigger deal about Dak's interceptions than we did the fact that Josh Allen, who, which is a perfect example of, from week 1 to week 2, Josh Allen has had more turnovers, total turnovers than Dak last year, has had more turnovers the last 3 years, but nobody's screaming at the roof doing breakdowns to ESPN about Josh Allen's interceptions and want to know, what is he going to do to fix them? We're only talking about Dak. And week 1 to week 2 was the perfect example against the Jets. The Jets team, again, that turned Josh Allen over 4 times, 3 picks, a fumble, and a win in week 1. Week 2, Dak goes 31 or 38. Only misses 7 passes to 38 attempts, 255 yards, completes his first 13 straight passes, throws 2 touchdowns, 255 yards passing, and they win 3rd and 10.
And almost threw a pick 6, but Sauce Gardner can't catch. Why are you leaving that out? Don't leave that out, dog. Don't leave that out.
Can we talk about this? You can't assume a double play. You can't assume a double play. I mean, is there a stat? I don't know.
No, the almost interception stat.
Yeah, I'm gonna check Pro Football Reference to see if there's almost interception stat. I mean, not my problem. I can only go by the stats I see on the stat book. At the end of the season, at the end of the game, they do have a complete stat book you can find, and I don't see a pick on there. And that's what's so crazy. Okay, so what if he threw an interception? So what if he picked it off? There was no way he wasn't going to throw 3. He wasn't going to have 4 turnovers. And as long as he doesn't have that, the Cowboys were going to win that game. It's naive of us to think that he's going to go this whole season without throwing an interception.
Oh, it'll come.
When he does it, let's not act the fool. That's part of the game.
Agreed.
Look at the interceptions that Patrick Mahomes has thrown already. Look at all the other quarterbacks that thrown interceptions. It happens. But that doesn't make you a bad quarterback or decision maker. They get paid too on the other side of the ball.
Well, we'll talk about pay. That's coming around the corner. That is Clarence Hill Jr. There's a reason why you're here, and that's why you're here. That's why Clarence Hill's here.
Man.
Hey, man, appreciate you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Thank you, man.
Later.
Clarence Hill Jr. Follow him on the Twitters, on the X's, on the socials, and make sure you're reading his stuff and catching him live right here on San Antonio Sports Star.